Okay. So students, in the last class we have started with the determination of income, output and employment. That is the macroeconomic determination of income, output and employment. And I have started explaining you that at what point the whole country will be in equilibrium. What will be the point at which the whole country would like to rest? Okay, all the economic agents, that all the buyers and all the sellers, aggregate buyers and aggregate sellers would like to rest. And I have told you that we can discuss this macroeconomic determination of income and output with the help of two approaches. The first was your aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach, and the second was your saving and investment approach. We have done the assumptions of the macroeconomic determination of equilibrium output and income, and those assumptions will remain common in both savings and investment approach and in your aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. Today we will start with the diagrammatic explanation of aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. We will determine the point where the whole economy would like to rest. Okay, where the whole economy would like to rest. I have told you all that what will be the equilibrium condition. First of all, you should know that what will be the equilibrium condition in case of your aggregate demand and aggregate supply approach. I have told you all that the equilibrium condition would be when your aggregate demand is equals to your aggregate supply. Okay, that means whatever total supply is in the market available, it is demanded, and whatever is demanded is supplied in the market. When both the aggregate demand and aggregate supply are equal to each other, then we will call that the whole economy is in equilibrium situation. But remember one thing, we can write this identity in the other way also. We all know that since we have assumed that there are two sector only in the economy, that is the household sector and the business sector, and it is the closed economy. So the two components of aggregate demand are your consumption expenditure, that is your desired consumption expenditure, and your desired investment expenditure. These are the two components of your aggregate demand. And what are the components of aggregate supply? I have also explained to you in the previous class that your aggregate supply is nothing but the total value of goods and services produced in an economy in a particular year. That is your national income only. And we denote it by letter capital Y. We denote national income or income of an economy with capital Y. And Keynes have said that in the short run, this national income can be used for the consumption expenditure, it can be incurred on the consumption expenditure, or it can be saved. Nothing else can be done in the short run with this given income. Okay, so the two components of aggregate supply is your consumption plus savings. Okay, so we can write this identity in the other form also, that I have told you, that consumption expenditure plus investment expenditure must be equals to the consumption expenditure and the savings, desired savings. That means we have just expanded this identity. AD के दो components होते हैं, consumption और investment. AS के दो components होते हैं, consumption plus saving. तो जब AD AS के बराबर है, तो दोनों के components भी एक दूसरे के equal होंगे. So the other way of writing this equilibrium situation is your consumption plus investment expenditure is equals to consumption plus savings. Alright. Now coming on to the diagrammatic explanation. Please be ready with your rough notebooks, pencil, scale and eraser, and draw the diagram simultaneously as I draw. Whatever I draw first,